Hey, welcome World Entertainment and Alien. We know that they're meant to be doing an Alien Romulus 2, or whatever it'll be called, but a new rumour, as you can see here, is popping up that Brian Duffield is writing a new Alien movie. Now, where this comes from, it's not reliable whatsoever, and this article even goes over how unreliable the source is. But there does seem to be a little something to it in terms of the head of 20th Century Studio, his reaction. But his reaction is very sarcastic and stuff. Then the question also becomes, well, is this like a different Alien movie, or is this meant to be Romulus 2 or whatnot? Well, let's have a look at the article and then we'll kind of talk about this. So it's saying here, as you can see, rumour, writer-director Brian Duffield is writing a new Alien film screenplay for 20th Century Studio. So it says, take this rumour with the usual grain of salt, but if industry scooper Daniel Richman is to be believed, writer-director Brian Duffield is working on a new Alien film for 20th Century Studio, based on a report of Richman's scoop from Dread Central. It's claimed he's currently serving as writer for the in-development film, and it's unclear if he'll ultimately be the director. Most recently, Duffield wrote and directed Whalefall for 20th Century Studios, never heard of it, which is scheduled for release in theaters this October. Doesn't matter that it's coming out in October, still never heard of it, never saw a trailer, anything. 20th Century Studios president Stephen Asbell commented on the rumour on X with a simple "who?" So there you can see this Asbell who, and there's this thing about the Duffield writing the Alien movie. So Asbell is certainly being sarcastic here. The two know each other, as Duffield has previously wrote and directed an not the Alien movie for 20th Century Studio called No One Will Save You. So when they're saying not the Alien movie, they mean alien, as in like alien. So 20th Century Studio he co-penned the screenplay for another 20th Century Studio science fiction film, Underwater, and even was credited for additional literary material on Predator Badlands. It's unclear if this film is the sequel to Alien Romulus, which is seemingly now in limbo, being rewritten, or something else entirely. We'll keep our eyes on this one. So, I think the most interesting part about this rumour is that update on Alien Romulus, that it's in limbo being rewritten, because we know Freddy Alvarez is not directing that movie, that he wrote it and he's going to be a producer on it, but he stepped away from directing it. He didn't want to direct it apparently, which isn't quite what was told at the start. But now the fact that they're rewriting it, you really kind of have to ask, what kind of story are they going with? And of course, David Johnson, pretty sure he came out and said he didn't really want to come back to do it either, which is again interesting and kind of contradicts everything, seen as T originally said they did want to come back and do it. So it is weird. Now, as we said, and where the question really has to come in is, well, who or what is this story, if at all? Like, is this meant to be Romulus 2? Whatever they'll end up calling it. Is it something brand new? Now again, Daniel Richman, you're literally 9.5 times out of 10, it's bullshit. 9.5 times. Like, there's like that little 5% where he might get something right. Because the dude literally throws everything at the wall and eventually something will stick, I suppose. But the fact, it's kind of interesting. The thing that leans a little into there could be a possibility to this is the fact that Stephen Asbell actually responded to this rumor by going, who? It's a weird kind of, tweet to respond with by going, who? But does that lend itself to there's some truth behind it? Possibly. He could also just be taking the piss just to go, you scoopers are idiots. You really don't have a clue what's going on behind these doors, do you? The fact that the guy... Now, as I said, this whale fall, never heard of it, so can't make any judgment on that. Underwater, I'm assuming that's the Kristen Stewart movie, which I actually like. I think that's actually a decent movie with Cthulhu by the end of it. Badlands, of course, is where you're going to look and go, oh boy, whew, that's, yeah. I do like seeing people that have just started calling the movie Predator bad. Just leave out the lands, because, yeah, way you go, Disney. You turned Predator into a girl movie. So, Predator is officially a Disney princess, huh? But, again, the bigger question then for any writer being attached to right now an Alien movie, as in the Alien franchise, would be like, well, is this Alien Romulus 2 or is it something completely different? Like, what way is doing it? Again, I think the most significant part of this story is that part right there, that Alien Romulus is now in limbo, being rewritten. So I wonder how that will affect Fede Alvarez. Like, what would his reaction be to that? Or is he rewriting it? Don't know. I do recall doing a video that when they were talking about a possible director for it, that they were talking about rewriting some of it at least. But now the fact that it seems to be in this limbo, I think the limbo might be the fact that it not just are they going to have to rewrite it, as they're saying, but there could be the rewrites are because the likes of David Johnson was like, I have no interest in returning as Andy. Which, I don't want those characters to come back because their story was complete. And I think it's stupid to just bring them to another planet then and it'll be filled with xenomorphs and stuff like that. Or worse, you land them on LV, what's it, 24 something or another. That, of course, Aliens planet from Alien 2. Because it's I don't know if you knew this, but Fede Alvarez has said that, oh yeah, Ripley's actually in Romulus. And there's a shot when the station is, like, coming apart. Like, when it's hitting the rings and was, like, about to explode. And you can see there's a piece of debris that people were like, that looks like the shuttle from the Nostromo. I don't know whether he was just playing into that or something, but he turned around and said, oh yeah, that was actually Ripley. That Ripley was actually on the station. That they found her along with the big chap. And she was actually running around trying to get off the station on the other side, on the Remus side of the station, while our cast and stuff was on the Romulus, which is bullshit. She wasn't there. And why do we say that? Because in Aliens, she was awoken, 57 years later, after the events of the first movie. You think she'd have turned around and said, well, it can't be that long. I was just on a station. I was running around on that thing. That didn't happen, so that's all bullshit. But either way, they're trying to say Ripley was actually in Aliens. So the fact that Andy and Rain's stories, they're done. You know, they got off that station and they're buggering off to the planet. It's just stupid to continue their story. The fact that David Johnson is saying, I have no interest in coming back, which again is different from what he previously said, which I think he wants to walk away, seeing as Fede won't be directing. That may have thrown this into chaos and just like, we need to rewrite the script. So it'll be interesting to see. But this rumor about this guy Brian Duffield writing and possibly directing a new Alien movie with absolutely no confirmation, and the fact that the guy who's the head of the studios come out and went, who? Kind of leans into don't believe this shit, but we'll wait and see. As this site says, it'll update any information if any information comes through about it. So let us know what you think about this. Is it possibly just bullshit from Daniel Richman? Is he actually being brought in to rewrite Romulus 2? Let us know what you think about it all. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe, hit that hype button, check out memberships, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.